Bonjour, Taji, and welcome to each and every one of you to a very special edition of Métis Time Capsule. And of course, you're with your host, Alexandria Anthony, and I can tell you all out there, I'm a very proud descendant of Cuthbert Grant Jr. And what this video is really all about is I have sent a proposal, a presentation to Canada Post to really start an initiative to have a Cuthbert Grant Jr Canadian postage stamp. And you're probably wondering, why is it so important to have a Canada Post stamp about Cuthbert Grant? Well, you know what? I'm going to get right into it and I'm going to tell you why it's so important. Cuthbert Grant Jr is such a pivotal figure in Metis history, a true Metis hero, Metis legend, and a Metis leader. So keep in mind the word leader throughout this brief presentation. That's really key. And Cuthbert Grant Jr was born about 1793 at Fort de la Rivière Tremblay, near the present-day town of Togo, Saskatchewan. His father, of course, who is my great-great-great-grandfather, Cuthbert Grant Sr., was born in Cromdale, Strathspey, Scotland, and he was indeed a Northwest Company partner who married a very an indigenous woman. We're not sure these days who she really was, and that's a shame that a lot of indigenous women throughout history, through the fur trade, have been nameless, truly nameless, and I think that really has to change, hoping that we do able to uncover her very true identity. I know she's been given a fictitious name, but hopefully it'll come to light, explaining and telling her story on who she really was as the mother of indeed a Métis legend. So without further ado here, let's get right into why Cuthbert Grant Jr should indeed have a Canadian stamp with his image on it. And number one, the founder, he really is the founder of the Métis Nation's political identity. And what that really means is that he is recognized as the first Métis leader to really instill, bring forth the notion of Métis nationhood, uniting diverse communities under a shared identity. Of course, number two, he was the leader of the victory of Frog Plain, June 19th, 1816. And this truly was a defining moment in asserting Métis rights and Métis autonomy. So very important. And number three, of course, he was a pioneer and a builder of the Red River settlement. And he truly established a strong community at Grantown, which is now known as St. Francois Xavier, Manitoba, fostering agriculture, trade, and education. And of course, July 1828, the Hudson Bay Company Council of the Northern Department appointed Cuthbert Grant Jr. Warden of the Plains of Red River. Of course, number four, he's also known as the Captain General of the Métis and appointed by the Northwest Company in 1816 to lead Métis forces, making it one of the first official recognitions of Métis leadership. So there's that word, leadership. And number five, he truly was an advocate for peace and community stability throughout the Red River settlement. And after early conflicts, he really worked to maintain harmony between Indigenous, Métis, and settler populations in the Red River area. And 1834, of course, commissioned as Justice of the Peace, and March 1839 appointed counselor as well as sheriff of Assiniboia. So, number 6, Cuthbert Grant Jr. as well was truly an economic innovator, and he helped to transition the Métis economy from fur trade dependence to agriculture and trade diversification. Number 7, he also has national historic recognition, designated a person of national historic significance by the Government of Canada, October 19th, 1972. So Cuthbert Grant Jr. was a leader, builder, and a visionary. And really, he united the Métis under a shared identity that led them, of course, to the victory at Frog Plain in 1816 and built lasting communities in their Red River settlement. His courage, diplomacy, and cultural legacy make him a true Métis icon that is truly, truly, truly worthy of a commemorative stamp with Canada Post. And Grant as well made the historic declaration of a new nation, thereby affirming the sovereignty and unique identity of the Métis Nation. And as we've said previously, he served with distinction as the sheriff of Assiniboia, March 1839, further contributing to the governance and law enforcement of the Red River settlement. So his leadership, there's that word leader, leadership, helped shape the early political and cultural identity of the Métis. So there you have Cuthbert Grant Jr., a leader, a visionary, all these things. He was the first to declare the new nation. So isn't Cuthbert Grant Jr. truly worthy of having his image on a stamp through Canada Post? I certainly think so. So you'll see this on your screen as well. You can also mail in your letter of support to the following address: Chairperson of the Stamp Advisory Committee, Canada Post Corporation, 2701 Riverside Drive, Suite NO 875, Ottawa, Ontario, K1A 0B1. Or you can also mail or email letters of support to me at mateyalexandria@gmail.com. So a lot of people have been making comments. There was a person that made a comment saying that they didn't want me to send this proposal in because they thought that I would suggest that Cuthbert Grant Jr. Would be more with beads, beaded stuff and all this. And it wouldn't be up to me, folks, on the image that they would choose. So I think people need to step back. This isn't something that I'm taking ownership of. It's just something that I've started, an initiative that I have put out there, sent the proposal to Canada Post, because it certainly is about time that Cuthbert Grant Jr. has his image on a Canadian postage stamp. And there's also been comments out there, why do I really celebrate or share my Scottish side? And I'm going to put this is just plain and simple, and it is how it is. Without my two halves coming together to make me a Métis individual, and in my particular circumstances, Scottish and Cree First Nation, we're not really sure, I wouldn't be who I am as a Métis person today. So, you know what? I'm going to keep celebrating both sides of my heritage because it really comes together as a whole. of who I am as a proud Métis, Red River Métis, folks. So again, folks, I hope you find this initiative to have Cuthbert Grant Jr., his image on a Canadian postage stamp, just as important and pivotal in time as I do. Take care, everybody.